Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and our ever-smiling president with a very powerful cardigan. It has been a while since your boy, the legend, Bada/Badardine, has blessed your ears and eyes with his unbelievable charisma and charm. But enough self-gloating, even though I love self-gloating. Let's get down to real important questions. Where was I? Where did I go? Well, I started my first year as an engineering student in the University of Auckland. Yes, woo, go me! You're so cool! And I had big expectations going in. A+ student, gonna do all them clubs, make new friends, get a girlfriend, all those big things. And I have never been so wrong in my life. I'm telling you, I've been wrong many times in my life, but I swear, I fell down flat on my face at the finish line, at the starting line. I sprinted and I fell on my face. It is what it is. And so, I went around and asked for some advice from the adults. The adults supposed to know what's going on with life. I was like, hey, what do I do? And the most common advice I got was this: I'm being surrounded by one of the smarter people of the world, like the engineering students, so by comparison, I'm supposed to get smarter. Okay, that's a very interesting point. I've been hearing this a lot of times in my childhood, but I never really knew if it was legit. And so I did some research to see if there was some actual legitimate truth behind it, or if it was just some motivational hocus pocus. And trust me, I know what motivational hocus pocus is. If you guys don't know, then you know. And what I found was pretty interesting. There's a specific certain type of learning principle called social cognitive theory. And I need paper for this one. Social cognitive theory is used in psychology, education, communication, health. Sorry. Basically, let me make it short and snappy for you. It's basically a person is able to do a certain task, any task, better if they're surrounded by people who can do the task really well. Okay, very simple concept. And so I did some more research into it. I dug in a little bit more, read some articles about it. And there was this really interesting theory that seemed really obvious. It's called scaffolding. So scaffolding is when a person, an expert, someone who can do the task really well, tells someone how to do it step by step. So they literally walk you through the entire process. And because of that, their ability to do that task becomes dramatically higher than they would have if they were just alone. And I was like, really? That doesn't make sense. Sarcasm, by the way. So you're telling me that if someone told me how to do something step by step, I'll be able to do it better? Nah. No shit, that's not real. Again, sarcasm. And so, but the thing is, even though it seems super obvious to me right now, when the guy who made it, the doctor who made it, Dr. Andrew Bandera, came up with this theory. Before this, the entire world was kind of running on a reward-punishment system, basically. So you do something well, and you get a star, you get a little lolly from your teachers, right? And then you do something bad, and then your teacher bends you over and slaps your ass with a ruler. It is what it is. And that's the kind of structure it kind of worked with. And so after understanding how this theory basically works, or how social cognitive theory works, I realized I'm in the perfect condition for this theory to work. I'm surrounded by 1,000 engineering students who are working as hard as possible to get good grades. I have to be getting smarter, right? If this theory works. And I was right. I was getting smarter. But there was this little small thing that my best buddy old pal Andrew Bandera forgot to mention. That it's unbelievably painful and exhausting. Every lecture I go to, every lab I go to, every conversation I hold with an engineering student makes me feel stupid. I feel slow, I feel dumb, and I'm just staring at them like, yeah, that thing, yeah, physics, gravity stuff, yeah, it makes sense. And yeah, I'm just completely lost all the time. And it just feels like I'm racing Ferraris on a unicycle. It's just not it. But the thing is, as the semester went on, I was still behind. I'm still behind now. I have exams next Thursday. I'm still feel behind. But the point of this is that I'm not as behind as I was at the start. And that is proof that social cognitive theory works. Is that I am getting smarter. It's just the problem is everybody else is also getting smarter, so I'm still behind. And that's the problem. And so the final message I want all of you guys to take in before I get off here is that if you want to reach higher levels in anything that you care about, any kind of field, any kind of skill set, any kind of sport, cooking, whatever, anything you want to get better at higher levels, go and see and watch and be around people at those high levels. Because and it will be very painful, you'll just feel like you're never gonna reach that far, You'll be seeing through people do highest of level things, and you're just like, no way I'm gonna reach that. But the thing is, you do. It just feels like you never do. And by the end of it, due to all that pain and suffering and that exhaustion, it will get better. Because you're getting better. Thank you.